Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be doing a little bit of a different video. So it's kind of along the lines of, like, you know how if you wrote a letter to your younger self, like things you would tell yourself when you're younger about certain life events or like that. So these are books that I would recommend to my younger self. Either it can be like during certain life events, like you're gonna find this book and all of that. So I thought this would be a fun book to talk about because it also kind of highlights the books that have been very impactful on my life. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to start out with an obvious one, and it is Harry Potter, because it took me a really long time to actually pick this series up. And so this is something, like, if I were to go back in time, I would tell myself to pick this up when you're younger so I could enjoy the excitement of a new book coming out, because I never got to experience that. I didn't start reading the Harry Potter series until I was 13 going into grade 9 in 2008. So well, the books were already out at that point, and I think it was in between the 5th and 6th movie. So I didn't have that excitement. So if I were to write a letter to myself about like the books that I need to read, definitely be like, pick this one up earlier because you will be obsessed with it and it'll have such a strong impact on your life in many aspects. So yeah, definitely, like, this one was an obvious one, but it also has a deeper meaning than like, oh, I just love the series. But pick it up earlier, Lexi, come on. So there was a time in high school where I was going through a lot of health issues. I was having trouble walking, I had to be on crutches, all this stuff. I was misdiagnosed several times, so that led to a lot of kind of emotional stress, and I just very much was disconnected from everything. And then I happened to one day stumble upon this series, and it was the Brazilian Isles series by Tess Gerritsen. And so one day when you feel like all hope is lost, you have no passions for anything, you're gonna find this amazing series by one of your soon-to-be favorite authors, and it's just gonna change your world. Mom will take you to the bookstore every Friday. You'll walk into town and you'll get the next one, and you will fly through these series, and you will look back on this series when you're older and realize how much these books were there for you during that hard time. So yeah, definitely keep your eyes peeled for this one. So for Empire of Storms, you're going to be doing your master's, and you're going to be reading this book before class, and this girl's going to sit next to you, and she's going to ask you what you're going to be reading, and you are going to tell her Empire of Storms by Sarah J. Maas. I like this series, but I like her Court of Thorns of Roses series more, and that's going to spark your friendship. And then 2 years later, you're going to be having a book club, even though you are halfway across the country from each other. So this is going to be a book conversation that sparks from the book, that will lead to having one of your greatest friends. You are gonna find this book at the right time. You will be so impacted by this book. You're gonna pick it up because the cover is beautiful, and you've read a lot of Kristen Hanna books, but this one is just gonna be so impactful. It's gonna spark your passion for World War II historical fiction, especially ones that focus on female stories, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love the courageousness. You're gonna cry with these characters. You're just gonna be upset with how people could let this happen, but this book will be one of the ones that has that lasting impact on you. So one day, one of the most important people in your life is going to pass away, and when Yaya passes away, it's going to be probably one of the hardest things you've ever had to do, was say goodbye to her. And so a couple weeks after that, you're going to find this book, and you are going to be totally engrossed in it. It's going to provide you the distraction from the world around you, where you can actually just fully engross yourself in these characters and lose yourself in this world, and you are just it's gonna provide you with the distraction you need to escape your grief. And you're gonna look back on this book and think, wow, this book came to me at the right time, because without this book, it provided me that chance to just relax and just focus on other things besides your grief. So you're gonna look back on this book and realize how much this book was there for you when you needed it the most. That's it, guys. I hope you guys kind of enjoyed this video. I think this is like a fun video to do because it's kind of, like I said, it highlights how books can have such an important impact on our lives, and how special they are, and how meaningful those connections we make with those books with certain parts in our, like, certain points in our life. So if you guys do this video, or if you would like to provide some of the books that like had this impact on your life. Let me know. I think this one will be really, really neat to see how books have touched so many people's lives. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.